One of the questions I ask myself and still ask myself, but over the last decade, particularly with entrepreneurship and leadership, is what's next? What's next for me? What's next for the team? What's next for the big business? And a quote a couple of years ago that's often attributed to management guru Peter Drucker was a huge shift for me in this whole question and answering what is next. And it was the best way to predict the future is to create it. The best way to predict the future is to create it. And that was a complete mind shift change for me. It meant that I was needed to be on my toes instead of my heels, back on my heels, waiting for things to happen. That I could right now today do work, plant seeds, make decisions, actions that could create our future, that I could imagine out what our future, I wanted our future to be, and take steps to create it. As being very deliberate about the actions and the things that you do in your business to keep it ahead for the long view. So here were a couple of times during my tenure as an entrepreneur at the business I started called iThemes. A couple of the times, critical periods of times for me, here's what I would do. The first would be assessing the current situation. So it's really simply answering the question, where are we now? Taking a status check, pulse, a temperature about where we are, the business, the team, all the critical factors part of the business, and just saying, where are we currently right now sitting? Let's take a reading on all of that. And also the industry we're in, the customers, everything that involved our business. So financial key measures were key, the team, and then particularly the customers, and then whatever industry you're in. So for us, it was technology and specifically open source software called WordPress. So reading that whole gauge and going, this is where our boat sits today. And then the second is going, where is everything going next? So I would specifically push the fast forward button on several key things. So I've already talked about customers, for instance. 10x would be a good measure and to help me think through what's next for our customers. If I just kind of push out, 10 times from where they are now, or maybe even 5 to 10 years from now, where's our customers? Where are our customers going? And thinking about their competition, technology that was facing them, and thinking through all of that. The technology we happen to be a part of. So for us, it was the web. Where's the web going to go? What would be 10x times what the current condition of the web is? So pushing that fast forward button on technology, innovation, pushing it in our market, pushing it on competition, competition or potential Goliaths in the marketplace. That was a key factor for us, specifically before we were acquired, and led to some of those decisions about determining what's next for us. So the current situation is, first step, where are we right now and getting engaged with that? And the second is, where is everything that involves us in the business? Where is that going? Technology, people, customers, competition, all that. Technology would be a key part of that, I'm sure, for any industry. And then there's another quote that I think is so fantastic that gets butchered probably quite a bit by hockey legend Wayne Gretzky, and it said that his key to success was he would skate to where the puck was going. Okay, so now we're going to blend this skate where the puck is going. Okay, so you're taking your current situation, you're taking where it's going, and how do we get on the ahead of all of that? If we're pushing the fast forward button, we're 10x and then going thinking through what does all this look like now? What does that look like for us and our team, our customers, all of that, thinking through that and getting ahead of that. And that's where clarity is so key. Something is going to pop up, something that is potentially a red flag, or a warning signal, or something that you're seeing in all this, fast forwarding and 10xing and looking into the future all around you and for yourself, that something's going to rise to the surface. It may be 1 to 3 things. I promise you that will be priority actions that you need to take. Now, I was talking to my coach about this in particular. I said, this whole scenario, this whole exercise was motivated by me, for me, out of insecurity, out of worry, and out of fear. But that drove this conversation, that in turn empowered me and us to make some critical decisions with our business and our team to put us in the best situation possible. So a little bit of it was paranoia. A little bit of it was fear and worry and insecurity and thinking about all that. But it was a great motivator for us. And that key word there is urgency. And that sets the stage. So in part of this, you're assessing what are the threats and weaknesses that we have. And that is such a good clarifying question. It feels negative, but it's good clarifying because now you see the obstacles and the threats that you have to protect against. And they give you some key priority plans that now you can go back and create your future today.